Story time. The Little Bird and the Big Wish. Part 1. A Boy Who Loved Animals.
Sam was a kind boy. He was 9 years old. He had a happy smile and gentle hands. He loved animals very much. He lived in a house near a green field. Behind the field was a small, quiet forest. Sam spent many hours in this forest, watching birds and small animals. Sam always carried a small notebook and a pencil. He liked to draw the animals he saw. He drew squirrels climbing trees. He drew deer eating grass. He drew colorful birds flying in the sky. He felt very happy when he was with animals. One warm spring morning, Sam was walking in the forest. The sun was shining softly through the trees. He heard many birds singing, chirp, chirp. Went the birds. He felt very peaceful. The air smelled of fresh earth and green leaves. Suddenly, he heard a different sound, a small, sad sound, cheep, cheep, cheep. It sounded very weak. Sam stopped. He listened carefully. The sound came from under a thick bush, near an old, fallen log. He moved slowly and quietly so he would not scare anything. Sam carefully moved the branches of the bush. Underneath, he saw a tiny baby bird. It was very small. Its feathers were soft and brown. It was alone. It could not fly. It looked very weak and hungry. Its eyes were closed slightly. Sam felt sad for the bird. His heart felt heavy. He knew the bird was lost and needed help. He carefully, very gently, picked up the baby bird. It was so light and warm in his hands. He made a small, soft nest for it in his hat, using some soft leaves he found nearby.
Part 2. Grandma Lily and the Secret of Wings.
Sam took the baby bird home. He found his Grandma Lily in the kitchen. Grandma Lily was a wise woman. She knew many things about nature and animals. She had soft, white hair and kind eyes that always seemed to know secrets. "Grandma, look what I found," Sam said, holding out his hat with the little bird nestled inside. Grandma Lily looked at the tiny bird. Her eyes were gentle and understanding. "Oh dear, a lost baby bird," she said softly. "It's so small and looks very tired. It can't fly." "Grandma," Sam said, his voice full of worry, "can we help it? Will it be okay?" Grandma Lily smiled kindly. "Yes, we can. Sam, this is a baby robin. It needs a special kind of help. It needs a wish feather." "A wish feather?" Sam asked, his eyes wide with curiosity and hope. "What is that? What does it do?" "Legend says that in our forest there is a very rare, special feather." Grandma Lily explained, her voice quiet and steady. "It falls from the oldest, wisest bird in the forest. It holds the spirit of flight and wishes. It's said that if you find it with a true heart and put it near a lost bird, it will give the bird the strength to fly." She continued, her eyes twinkling. "It's a secret known only to those who truly love birds and understand their silent needs." "Where is it, Grandma?" Sam asked, eager to go find it. "Is there a map or a book that tells where it is?" Grandma Lily shook her head gently. "No map, my dear. The wish feather finds you if your heart is pure and kind. It is hidden where the wind whispers secrets to the tallest tree and the moon rests on a silver branch."
Part 3. The Whispering Tree and a Gentle Breeze.
Sam went to his room. He made a warm, safe bed for the baby robin in a small shoe box. He gave it a few drops of water with a tiny spoon. The bird looked at him with its tiny, bright eyes, trusting him. He knew he had to find the wish feather quickly. He thought about Grandma Lily's words, "The wind whispers secrets to the tallest tree, and the moon rests on a silver branch." He knew the tallest tree in their forest. It was an old, giant oak tree on a small hill near the center of the woods. People called it the whispering tree because its high branches always made soft, hushed sounds in the wind like it was telling old stories. It was very ancient and stood taller than all the other trees. The next morning, Sam carefully took the baby bird with him in its box. He walked to the whispering tree. The wind was light and gentle, making soft sounds in the leaves. Whoosh, whoosh. The air felt fresh and cool. He sat at the base of the giant tree, holding the baby robin gently in his hands. He closed his eyes and tried to connect with the tree, to feel the wind's breath all around him. He listened with his heart, not just his ears, to the silent whispers of nature. He focused on his wish for the little bird to fly. He felt a gentle breeze touch his face, a soft, guiding feeling, almost like a touch. Then a small, bright feather floated down from the highest branches, landing gently on his outstretched palm. It was white and shone with a faint silver light. It was incredibly soft and seemed to hum with a quiet energy. This was the wish feather. It looked just like Grandma Lily had described. Sam carefully caught the feather. It felt soft and warm in his hand. It glowed with a very gentle, pulsing light, like a tiny heart beating. He felt a deep sense of peace and knowing. He knew this was the special feather he needed.
Part 4. The Mossy Path and a Forest Friend.
Sam placed the wish feather gently next to the baby robin in the box. The feather glowed brighter, and the baby bird seemed to get a little stronger, its tiny chest rising and falling more steadily. He knew the feather needed a special place to work its magic fully. He thought about Grandma Lily's words again. The wish feather finds you, and it will lead you to a place of true beginnings. He looked around the whispering tree. He saw a small, hidden path behind some thick bushes and twisted vines. It was almost invisible, but he saw it. The path was covered with soft, glowing moss that shimmered with a faint green light. It seemed to invite him forward, deeper into the forest. Sam carefully pushed through the bushes. The air immediately felt different, fresher, cleaner, and full of a rich, earthy scent. The mossy path wound deeper into the forest, twisting like a secret ribbon. He followed the mossy path, the wish feather in the box glowing gently next to the baby bird. The trees here were older and taller than any he had seen before. Their leaves were deeper, richer green. Strange, luminous flowers bloomed along the path, glowing softly. After about 10 minutes of walking, Sam heard a small rustle in the leaves ahead. He stopped, a little scared but mostly curious. Then a small, bright squirrel jumped out from behind a large fern, and a very fluffy tail and bright, curious eyes. It held a small acorn in its paws. The squirrel didn't run away. Instead, it chattered softly, as if speaking to him, making little chip-chip sounds. Then it dropped its acorn and scampered a little way ahead, looking back at Sam, as if waiting for him. It was his guide. It seemed to be leading him. Sam smiled. This was the forest helping him. The squirrel was showing him the way. He followed it, feeling a deep connection to the animals and the magic of the forest. The path grew a little steeper, leading him deeper into the quiet woods.
Part 5. The Bird's Glade.
The path eventually led Sam to a wide clearing. The trees here were very tall and stood in a wide circle, their branches intertwined, forming a natural wall in the center of the clearing. A very old, small oak tree stood alone, its branches spread wide like welcoming arms. This was the bird's tree, the oldest tree in the forest and a nesting place for many birds. And all around it, hundreds of birds sang happy songs, their voices filling the air with the beautiful chorus, chirp, chirp, tweet, tweet. This was the bird's glade, a special, sacred place for all birds. The air in the glade felt incredibly warm and gentle, full of happy bird sounds and a soft, humming energy. Sam knew this was the place of true beginnings. Sam carefully took the baby robin and the wish feather from the box. He placed the feather gently on the ground, just in front of the little bird. Then he placed the baby robin right next to the feather. The wish feather glowed with a very bright silver light, pulsing strongly. The light flowed from the feather into the tiny bird, surrounding it. The baby bird's feathers seemed to grow stronger, its wings bigger and more. To find it chirped a soft, happy sound. It flapped its tiny wings once, then twice. It was practicing.
Part 6. A True Heart and a Happy Song.
The baby bird looked at Sam with bright, happy eyes full of life. It chirped a loud, happy song, a song of thanks. Then it flew up. It flew straight into the branches of the bird's tree, strong and free, joining the other happy birds. Sam sat in the bird's glade for a long time, listening to the happy songs of the birds. He felt a profound sense of peace and connection to the forest. He had helped a small, lost creature find its way. He had found a secret, magical place. He walked home as the sun began to set, painting the sky with warm orange and pink colors. The forest felt different now, no longer just a place of trees and animals, but a living, breathing friend full of its own secrets and wisdom. The wish feather in his pocket was a reminder of his special journey and the magic of kindness. He knew he would visit the bird's glade again, many, many times. It was a secret now, a place of peace, song, and new beginnings in the forest. He knew that helping others, especially animals, was the best kind of magic in the world. His heart was full of joy and a quiet sense of adventure for what else his life might bring.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you soon with more new stories.